Most people have no idea that they still produce $2 bills today. That's right, you can go to your local bank and pick up a brand new pack of $2 bills. Also, unless you're looking at the $2 bills in this video, most $2 bills are only worth $2. Yeah, I said that right. I typically walk around with some $2 bills in my wallet, and whenever I tip someone, I'll give them $2 bills. This usually makes them really happy because they're not commonly seen in circulation. In this video, I'm going to break down some $2 bills and tell you exactly what you need to be looking at on your $2 bill to see if it's worth a lot of money. So looking at the back of this $2 bill, everything seems very normal here, nothing out of the norm. But it's when you flip the bill over to the front, you can see that the back of the bill is aligned perfectly, but the front is misaligned. Not going to spend a ton of time on this $2 bill, but this person turned $2 into $23 when they sold it, which is pretty cool. This $2 bill sold for $1,380. Oh, and by the way, really quickly, if your $2 bill says 2017, meaning it's from the series of 2017, that means your bill could have been printed in 2022. They have not updated the series on the $2 bills since 2017. Just a fun little fact, but back to this note. So again, this note sold for $1,380, and the main reason is because it's an almost solid serial number 7. Now, if that first little digit there instead of a 0 was a 7, this note probably would have brought $3,000 or $4,000, but because it's an almost solid serial number, it sold for $1,380. Just really quick on this. So this is an uncut sheet of 16. You can literally go online right now and buy sheets of US currency from the official US Mint website. But at the time, in the 70s or 80s or 90s, whenever this person bought this sheet has a face value of $32. That's 16 bills times $2 is $32. So they were pretty much able to turn $32 into $1,725 when this sheet sold. So this $2 bill sold for $2,530, and the reason for that is because this is considered to be a specimen note. Specimen notes were produced to give to other banks around the world as an example of what the bill should look like in case they get paid in US currency. This allows them to feel the note, look at the note, and tell if the note that they get from a random customer is genuine or not. What you need to know is that if you see one of these notes, either in circulation, which is pretty rare, or in a collection, make sure you don't damage it, don't fold it, or anything like that. This one was graded by PMG a 64 EPQ. That means there's no folds on the bill whatsoever. You can also see the centering of the bill. If you look at the right margin and the left margin, the right margin is very tight. That centering will dictate the overall grade of the bill. So the better centered your bill is, the higher the grade will be, as long as there's no fold on the bill. That's why it's important to keep the bill very flat. If you were to put a small corner fold in one of the corners of this bill and that fold hit the design, the grade would drop down to an almost uncirculated 58. And yes, that does decrease the value, so do not fold your bill, as obvious as that might sound. But again, to kind of wrap this one up, make sure that you're being very careful, because there are people out there that may get a fake stamp and start stamping bills like this and try to sell them for thousands of dollars because they see it in my video. But another way to tell if you have a true specimen note is that the bill is also going to be a fancy serial number. Sometimes these specimen notes don't have a serial number at all, or sometimes they'll have a solid 0 serial number, which you will not see on any normally issued banknote. Or like this example, you will have an ascending ladder serial number, meaning it's going from low to high, starting at 2 and ending at 9. Moral of the story is, if you have a specimen note, it's going to be worth more than just $2, because this note sold for $2,530. Pretty crazy here. This one graded at the perfect grade of 70 PPQ, which in the banknote world, that is very, very unlikely to happen. So the bill, as you can see, is just perfectly centered on both the front and the back of the bill. This is a 1976 $2 star note. Really quickly, what a star note is when they're printing sheets of banknotes, if that sheet has an error on it, they will destroy the sheet and make a new sheet, put a star on the serial number for bookkeeping purposes, and then keep producing the normal notes. So star notes typically have a shorter print run. That's not always the case, but that in combination with the fact this graded at the perfect grade of 70 allowed it to sell for $2,820. So back in the day, someone bought a pack of 100 $2 bills. They did not fold them. They keep them really nice. They just so happened to get a star pack note. So if you go to the bank today and you say, hey, do you have a fresh pack of $2 bills? There's a probability that you get a star note pack. This person kept this pack safe, and they were able to turn $200 face value into $15,275. Not going to spend a ton of time here, but this is a serial number 1 bill that's also a star note, and it graded at an uncirculated grade of 64 PPQ, and that's why it sold for $35,250. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy the video on the screen.